this is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working in my traveler's notebook. This layout is all about me because today is my birthday, so I decided to celebrate myself. I'm going to be using this beautiful Felicity Jane paper. I love this paper, and I've been kind of hoarding it to use it for the perfect layout, and I think this is the perfect layout. Now this this yellow striped paper is the back side of this beautiful floral, so I'm going to use both sides and I'm going to cover my pages. Now I will not be sticking down the other side of my page because I want to stamp, and I thought it would be easier to use my Tim Holtz platform stamp for that. So I'm just going to keep it as is. But of course, I do want to layer my photo, so I'm going to start grabbing some paper. I love this yellow. This also came in that kit, so it matches my florals really well. So I'm just going to back up my photo, and then I'm going to grab some scrap paper and start layering this photo. Now in my usually when I do layer, I use some vellum, but this time around I decided to use some glassine bags. Now I have a lot of glassine bags that are torn, or I can't recycle them and reuse them. So I decided to start using them for my layers, and that way I won't be using a lot of my vellum paper, because vellum is more expensive than the glassine bags. So anyways, I'm gonna start using up those glassine bags. Now I will be adding some more layers, just adding some more pink, because this is also Felicity Jane paper, but it's in my scrap drawer and it worked really well. So I'm just adding layers over layers. I'm gonna crinkle my layers to give more texture, and once I am done with all this layering, I'm going to start stamping. You guys know that I'm a pretty quick crafter. I don't think too hard about, my layers and my layout. I like to be fast and quick. And one thing I always recommend is using your tiny attacher to staple your layers together. It's so quick, and it's a great way to add some more texture to your layers. So use that tiny attacher. I'm going to start stamping. I will be using my Tim Holtz platform stamper. I think that's what it's called. But anyways, I will also be using my Kelly Perky Lexington Alpha stamp and my Feed Your Craft marker alphabet stamp. I love these two alphas, and I love to mix up my title. So I'm going to use both, and I'm going to stamp out Happy Me Day because, as I said, I'm celebrating myself. And I always recommend that you document yourself in your traveler's notebook, in your project life. Your kids want to see you too. Don't just document your kids' accomplishments and your partner and all that good stuff. Document yourself. It's a beautiful and memorable moment that I want my kids to see. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm documenting myself. I know I've recommended this platform a bunch of times, but I'm still recommending it today because I love this platform. If you are a big stamper and you love to stamp out titles like I do, I definitely recommend it. It's so easy to use, and your title will be on a straight line. I mean, if I stamped this out all on my own, I would have struggled, but it was so easy to do. So if this is something you enjoy doing, I definitely recommend. Now I'm done stamping. I'm going to use up these little scraps that I used to layer my photo. I didn't want to throw them away, so I decided that I'm going to cut them and use them as a little banner or a cluster of banners in the top right of my page. And I love doing that. I always say this: scrap your scraps, use your stash, and create something with those little pieces of papers instead of throwing them away. I will be adding some of that little glassine bag that I cut off earlier to my little banners just to give it some more texture and depth. I will also be using my tiny attacher to staple them together. Easy, fast, and I got a lot of texture just in this little corner of my layout. I believe once I'm done with this, I'm going to start going through my embellishments. I want to add some cuteness to my layout, and I want to add some embellishments to my photo. A lot of people have asked me how I choose embellishments for my spread. And when I choose embellishments, I always go for colors, obviously, that are already in my spread. So I have a lot of that mustard yellow, the pink, the brown. So I look for things that will match those colors. I don't look into it too hard. Like, what I mean is, if I feel like the embellishment works with my layout, I'm gonna go for it. I'm not gonna look at every single word that's on my die cut, or what the picture or the illustration that's on the die cut or the chipboard. I just go with it. If you think too hard about it, it will take you forever and you'll really hate the process. Now, this is my favorite part. I love this part is when I'm embellishing my layout. So I just go with the flow. I make it easy for myself. I love going through them and matching things and making it work. So don't make it too difficult. It's just tape and stickers. It can pull off easily. It's not the end of the world. So just go with it. I've also been asked if I know beforehand, or before I'm taping, I guess, what I'm gonna do. I never sit there and go through my stuff and try to figure out what I'm gonna use in my layout. Literally, the only things I pull out before I start taping is my paper. I know I love that paper and I want to use it, so I just go with it. I pull it out and put it aside, and I go with it. I never try to create the layout before I start filming. When I'm creating, it just comes natural, and I switch on that camera and tape myself while I'm creating. So anyways, I am done. I want to add a little bit of enamel dots here and there. I chose to use enamel dots and not crystal drops because I didn't have that mustard yellow and I really wanted to add that. So I went through my enamel dots. But anyways, I am done. I call my layout done. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.